Hey, everybody. Well, first, let me say I would love nothing more than to have a better camera for this. It is what it is. What I'm wanting to do real quick is break down for people in simpler terms what the deal is with Dr. Fauci and the CDC. You've got people on the right mad that Trump is listening to him too much. You've got people on the left saying Trump isn't listening to him enough. So I want to break this down for you. Now, I'm an IT guy, been an IT guy for a long time. Right now I'm in programming, but for a long time I was doing systems management and IT security. That's what I want to focus on. You're an IT security guy. No matter where you work, you could be in some kind of major corporation. You could be in healthcare. Doesn't matter. You got IT security. You know about the IT security guy. Most of you watching this probably are going to understand where I'm coming from here. The role of your security guy in your IT department is to address the worst case scenario at all times, right? That guy, the security person, could be a girl. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to offend anybody in 2020. Your IT security person is always going to be focused on the worst case scenario, and they're always going to want to lock your network down like Fort Knox, okay? You have to have that mentality. You have to be looking at what is the worst possible thing that could happen and what is everything I need to do to avoid that worst possible thing that could happen. If your IT security staff is not thinking along those lines, you need a new IT security staff, point blank. That is the same role that Dr. Fauci and the CDC and all these other people on the coronavirus task force have right now. Now, your IT security people are tempered by the IT director, by the chief information officer, by the CEO, by the COO. If you're in healthcare, by the CNO, or by the chief medical officer. Because some of the things your IT security guy are going to want to do are actually prohibitive to getting work done and to easing workflows. And especially in healthcare, it can cause your workforce to not adhere to the security policies that are being put in place for the protection of the company or the enterprise. You literally can, quote unquote, jump the shark with what you're doing. You can make security so prohibitive that people can't do their jobs. So that's why you don't let your security guy or security person or security woman or security staff, good Lord knows it's 2020, everybody's pissed off about everything. You don't let IT security make policy. That's why you don't do that. Those policies, your IT security suggests things that then have to be vetted out because they could go too far and make it prohibitive for people to get their jobs done. Dr. Fauci's in that same role. His role is to be the worst case scenario guy. This is the worst that could possibly happen. This is what we need to do to make sure that we're protected from the worst possible thing that could happen in every single way. And some of those suggestions are prohibitive to making sure that people can survive economically and in other ways, such as their own personal finances, beyond what we're going to consider the epicenter of this pandemic, the core, the initial starting point. Okay. If we follow all the worst case scenario guidelines, we'll never reopen again, and that's going to cause other problems. So for those of you on the left saying Trump isn't listening enough, and for those of you on the right saying Trump is listening too much, please keep in mind that the role of the task force and the CDC is not to make policy, but to advise, and they have to be focused on the worst case scenario. So please try to take a balanced approach when you're yelling at each other and calling each other stupid and un-American and all the other things we see going on social media as people gripe over it because they're worried about the economic impact of this, or they're worried about the healthcare impact, that there are still people dying in other places. There's still a lot of cases in New York, and therefore we can't open Florida. all these extreme takes we're seeing, please try to remember, calm down and try to remember the role of Dr. Fauci is to look at worst case scenario and advise on that, but not to make policy. There's no point. This whole CDC whistleblower thing is ridiculous. The CDC is not responsible for making policy. The Trump administration does not have to adhere 100% to the suggestions of Dr. Fauci or anyone else. They have a whole task force, a whole group of people leading this. Like I said in my example, if you let your IT security guy set all your policies, trust me, you won't get any work done. Believe me, they will lock that place down. They will lock your job down like Fort Knox, and you will be changing your password every 15 days and swiping your thumb every 15 minutes to stay logged into your machine. So keep it balanced, people. Stop calling each other stupid. Stop calling each other traitors, whatever it is you're doing, going crazy on social media. Try to find some balance for this, because both roles are important. The role of the worst case scenario guy and the role of the guy tempering that voice to make sure that we can still get the things done we need to get done. So everybody calm down. We're going to get through this. Everything's going to be okay. All right.